So I'm doing like a little TOA shorts kind of thing for some of the tips and you know, general things that you learn as you play TOA or as you know, complete the content. Maybe it'll be helpful, maybe it won't. It's fine. But yeah, you can skip these. Some people think you can't. The TOA plugin is really good for like highlighting different things, like the monkey room for Baba, the puzzle room, right? Or like this room, where if you skip these tiles, you don't get hit by the green. You just wait for the green to come off the thing. You could even do it while it's going, and like let's say I wanted to swap, I would just swap to a tile here, you know, to avoid the damage. So let's say I'm here, I would swap here. And yeah, you can avoid it. And in the middle here where they're not highlighted, you'll get hit by the statues. It's really easy to avoid. There's even like an achievement for it, you know, 0 damage. You don't need to worry about the crocodiles, like ever. I think maybe if you're like in a large group team or something, but I've never had to worry about them. I kind of just solo. But here's a tip for people who don't have BGSs or want to try an alternative that could potentially be better. So the Accursed Scepter, when you charge it with Ether, first of all, it's not, it's about as accurate, considering my gear, you know, Ancestral and whatnot. It's about as accurate as a BGS, so it is very likely that you could hit a 0. But if you hit anything, it doesn't matter about the number, unlike BGS. It will lower the target's defense and magic level, which both are important for accuracy of magic. So it rolls against 70% of the magic level and 30% of the defense level. Now, I don't know if that's still applicable to monsters, but I know for a fact that's applicable in PvP. So you could try this option. I have found that it's pretty successful. Like I've hit on Zebak many times. I use it on Kefri. I think Kefri is the one that it's the least likely to hit, so a lot of people use like Karasi and whatnot. Um, it definitely works on Baba. It definitely works on the Obelisk. Essentially, like the Tumakin is very accurate, but if you can lower the defense even more, especially when you scale these up, this is a 415 with 2 paths on. Um, their defense stats, I think, go up, but not their base defense, something of that nature. But their magic level is always going to be, you know, high, right? So it will take 15% of magic and defense, regardless of hit, as long as it's accurate. Or sorry, not accurate, but it rolls successfully. So I just kill him with Tumakin. I don't have a Shat. I don't have a T-bow. But yeah, I thought that would be like an interesting alternative for people. I've seen all the like special attack draining shit, and obviously Elder Maul is like out of the question. It's 108 mil, and there really isn't a point to that. I'll add this little tidbit as well. So Zebak can only be lowered by 20. So Zebek can be lowered by 20. Kefri can be lowered by 20. When Kefri's final phase happens, so when the shields drop and you see the like actual health, he will regen all, or she will regen all drain stats. Um, with the Obelisk, you can lower it by 40, and with Wardens, you lower it by 60. Um, Obviously, P3, P4. Obelisk is part of P1. And Baba, same thing, 20. So most of the monsters are capped at 20. The only one not worth draining is Akka, because Akka's regen rate for his drain is like 1 every 15 seconds or something. So it's very fast drain, or a very fast restore. It's not worth using spec. Actually, I find that if you don't want to do, and more on that later, but I find that if you don't want to do butterflying, which helps you say conserve HP, but it's a more like intentional, attentional kind of way of doing Akka, and sometimes it's annoying because I had heard that if he uses the special for like the orbs, it's fine, you can keep butterflying. It's bullshit, because what happens is Akka will stall briefly, so you have to keep in sync in the cycle. And when he stalls, sometimes you'll find yourself breaking cycle because you're trying to keep cycle, and the fucking orbs will be in the way of where you're going because one goes behind you in front of you, and you end up getting planked. Like, it happened to me twice, and I was in cycle. It's because he stalls, and it depends where he's stalling, because it's random, right? Like, he could be on the left, he could be on the right. Whenever you trigger that memory, the you know, the orbs one. Yeah, but I'm already almost done. This was supposed to be like a short-esque. I guess it's still short for a RuneScape video, but it's not a short. I'm almost done with Zebak here, but I would Really try the Accursed Scepter if you don't have a BGS, because I'm pretty sure BGS is like 3 times the price. I think Accursed Scepter is 5 mil if I didn't mention before, and then you charge it with some Ether. Um, I will talk more about other bosses as I go. I've done plenty of 500s, so I would like to think that I know what I'm talking about here. But try it out yourself. Min-maxing for any content is always going to be improved on based on gear and what's accessible.